We know that a lot of people will have been concerned about their mental health of young people and children during the lockdown, and there are concerns that there could be a spike in demand for mental health services in the years to come. Let's speak now to Dr. Maria Loades, clinical psychologist from the Department of Psychology of the University of Bath. Good afternoon to you. Lockdowns have been tough on many, particularly the young men.
So I think lockdown has impacted on young people in lots of ways, but the key way we were interested in is thinking about how loneliness and being separated from other people of their own age has impacted on young people and their mental health. So what we did is we looked to collate all the evidence from studies that have been done in the past, which have looked at these issues, and to draw them together to make sense of how this current situation in which young people aren't able to socialise in the normal way might impact now and in the future.
A lot of people will have been staying in touch with friends and family using technology, whether it's video calling and all of that. But even now we can see people again, and often you have to have the 2-metre rule. Does it really show that although you can be in communication using technology, there's nothing like that human interaction, seeing the white of the eyes?
That is what all the evidence is really indicating, that to some degree that connection via social technologies and socialising online makes up in part for not being able to interact in the normal way. But the surveys that are coming out from various sources at the moment are indicating that young people particularly, more so than any other age group, are feeling really lonely, much more lonely than they normally do in the current context.
And we're talking about a possible spike in demand for mental health services in the years to come. Do we have the capacity to fill the need?
Capacity is a huge issue in child and adolescent mental health services, even predating the pandemic context. So in short, I think we should be really concerned about capacity going forward, and therefore do everything we can now to mitigate the impact of loneliness and of mental health problems beginning to develop now on their emergence later.
And for parents that might be concerned about their child, what signs do you look out for if there might be a decline in a young person's mental health?
I think critically it's important to say that, of course, it's normal for all of us, including children and young people, that the current situation is difficult, and releasing lockdown is going to be difficult for people too. There are still lots of uncertainties and a degree of anxiety and worry about life returning to some degree of normal is absolutely expected. However, what I would say to parents is, if your child can't do the things that they want to do in daily life, or has really high levels of distress, that's when you should be more concerned and should look at seeking help. So if things get stuck, if they can't return to school because their anxiety is so bad, or because they're so low in mood, for instance, that would be a good indicator.
Thank you so much for coming on the programme. We appreciate your time. Dr. Maria Loades, clinical psychologist from the Department of Psychology at the University of Bath. Thank you very much. Love Bath. Thank you very much. Love Bath. Thank you very much. Love